So if the truth is eternal, then why does humanity keep forgetting it? If we know we are the truth, we are everything, why do we keep forgetting it? Why does the same wisdom needs to be taught again and again and again? What is the reason? We are now covering chapter 4, Bhagavad Gita. Every generation discovers technology, every generation discovers science, every generation comes into, knowing the knowledge of this world, but then everyone also becomes stressful, anxious, egoistic, upset, angry, and full of desires. So every time this happens, and every time you get the side effects. Why? What is the reason? We will cover this today. Today, Bhagwan Krishna will tell us how wisdom is forgotten by humans. In chapter 3, we were taught Karma Yoga, which is how to do action, how to act. In today's chapter, which is Jnāna Karma Sannyāsa Yoga, the name sannyas, please don't think it's for some sannyas. It doesn't mean that. I will explain the real meaning of sannyas as we go. So, Jnāna Karma Sannyāsa Yoga, we are learning how to understand action. So far, we learned how to act. Now, we are learning how to understand this action. So, first verse is Shri Krishna is saying, I taught this eternal yoga to Vivasvan, the son of God, the sun god. The Vivasvan taught it to Manu, and Manu taught it to Ikshvaku. So, Bhagwan is just simply saying that this wisdom that I'm telling you, this Gyan that I'm telling you, is nothing new. I have already told this once to sun god. Then I told it to, from the sun god, it went to Manu, and Manu to Ikshvaku. It has existed since ancient times. Truth is eternal. Teachers change, students change, civilization change, humanity change, but truth remains the same. Everything else is changing except the truth, the Gyan, the knowledge, which is there from million years. We don't know for how long this world exists, and before that, what happened after before that, and what will happen after. What we know is the eternal truth. That is why it's called Sanatana Dharma, the eternal law that exists and binds all of us together. It never changes. But understanding the meaning of yoga that Krishna is saying, Bhagwan is saying yoga doesn't simply means meditation. It doesn't mean you sit in yoga with yourself or the body yoga that we do. Both of the yogas that we know, they are not exactly what yoga means. It's not physical postures, it's not meditation. Yoga means the science of living in union of the truth. Forever union with the truth. Forever when you know who you are, what you're doing, where this mind is going, who am I? When I know this, consciously, full of awareness, in your 80 years, 90 years, please tell me, does it ever happen that you forget your name? Does it ever happen? No, never happens, right? Then how is this that we forget? That is your truth. You have stated it as a fact. Once you understand it, in the childhood, you were told this is your name. You will be identified with this name your life as long as you're here, till you die. The moment you die, you become body. There is no name. There is no name to anything. They say, oh, bring the body here, put the body here. This is what you become. The moment you die, you become body. The moment you're born, you are children. You're a child. Oh, such a sweet child, so cute baby, so nice. What's his name? It starts with this. Correct? So, moment you are born, you are a child. Moment you die, you're a body. In the middle, you have a name, which you never forget. Never forget. No one has to make you sit in meditation or do yogic sadhana to remind you your name. No one has to do that. You always remember it. Correct? This is something, the eternal truth, your identity, your true identity, which is before your name, existed before your name. What existed before your name? Who were you when no name was given to you, when you were just a baby? When you were in the womb, when there was no name given to you, who you were back then? That you forget so easily. For that to remember, you need to do so many sadhana, tapasya, prayers, meditation to remember it. Remembering that always is called yoga. That is what Bhagwan Krishna is saying in this verse. Yoga means when you truly remember who you are. Before you got this body, before you got a name to this body, before you got an identity in this world, what you were. When you remember that, your true self, living in that true self always is called yoga. So now you understand true meaning of yoga. So art of living without inner conflict. What is the inner conflict? Currently your inner conflict is your mind thinks it's something else. Body thinks body is something else. Mind thinks I am so and so. Actually you are something else. So always two voices are inside of you fighting. Always two voices. One is in mind, one is actually you. Split into. So the inner conflict when resolves, staying in the union of the truth, that is yoga. Now why do teach sun first? So he said, I taught sun god this knowledge first. So why? Because sun simply symbolizes for us that we are light, knowledge. It's a preamble or example of karma yoga. It's a beautiful example of karma yoga. If you want to understand karma yoga, see sun, learn from sun. Sun is doing its work, not bothered who is, giving it a thank you, blessings. It doesn't care. He just does his work. His work is to burn for the world. Imagine how tough job it is. You have to burn for the world, for everyone. Now, before we start this, merely imparting invaluable knowledge, why this doesn't go ahead? Please understand why wisdom loses. Merely imparting invaluable knowledge to someone is not enough. Merely giving this knowledge is not enough. Like I'm sharing with you all, is not enough. The recipient of that knowledge must appreciate its value and have faith in its authenticity. Whoever sitting in front should have that shraddha, that faith, that whatever I'm hearing is the truth and I must start applying it. What we sit with doubts. First you have self-doubts, then you have doubts about other person, then you have doubt about what you're reading, what you're listening. Who is Krishna? What does he know? So many things. You are full of doubts. This is a sanskar. Doubting, judging. When you judge other person, you are actually your habit of judging other person. So you think others are also judging me always. This is how you become. So merely imparting this invaluable knowledge is not enough. Merely giving this knowledge is not enough. One must value the knowledge. You must value, all of you, whoever's listening, you must value what you're listening. Not everybody gets an opportunity to listen to this. People only start with their name and die with their name. They don't know who they really are. Births and births are gone. They have no idea. If we are so lucky, we are getting this opportunity, we must value first. Then we must value who is giving us. Then third is having the faith that this knowledge is true and I must apply. This is like mathematics, You cannot say, prove it to me, prove it to me. First apply and then you will see the result. Have faith first. Like in maths, say, let A be this. First you assume in mathematics, Then at the end you say LHS equal to RHS. Left hand side equal to right hand side. Hence proved. But first you assume. So here start with assumption that this is true. Apply it, you will see the change, you will automatically believe it. The next verse, Bhagwan Krishna is saying, the supreme knowledge was received through disciplic succession, the parampara, Guru parampara, but with time it was lost. Now, when Shri Krishna is saying this to Arjun, he is starting the same knowledge that he gave to the sun god, and he's saying it goes through Guru parampara, Guru Shishya parampara, disciplic succession, but with time it gets lost. So knowledge only survives. Why it get lost? Because knowledge only survives when it is lived. The Veda, Shastra, Puran, they exist. My dear, listen to this very carefully. Veda, Shastra, Puran exist and they have been there. But it is through disciplic succession, through Guru and disciple, the knowledge is transformed. It has been lost, Arjun, that's why I am sharing again. Why is it lost when the Ved, Puran, Shastra already has that knowledge? Please tell me. Why is it lost? Because knowledge is not something to be written, it is to be lived, embodied. So for people who stop embodying this knowledge, the knowledge is lost. The wisdom is lost. Books alone cannot preserve this wisdom. Living people preserve wisdom. This is practical. For example, if you want to become a surgeon, can you alone read books and become a surgeon? Tell me. Can you cut people open by just reading books? Is it possible? It's not possible. You already know it's not possible. Which means, why this is different? You have to live it. And someone who has lived it can impart it also in you. So, parampara means truth is passed from teacher to student, student to teacher, teacher to student, and generations, this has been happening. Today I teach you this ancient yoga, Arjun, because you are my devotee. And my friend, this is a great secret. Today I teach you this ancient yoga. We already understood the meaning of yoga. Because you're my devotee and my friend, and this is a great secret. Why Arjun? Everybody should ask this question. Why only Arjun? Yes, he was curious minded. He asked questions. Very true. It makes sense. It was also not because he was very strong, powerful, or smart. There were many other smart people. It is because he had faith and he was open. Openness to grow, to learn, to embrace. He was a seeker. So true wisdom can only come through trust, Shraddha. He also had Shraddha, Bhakti. So, all of these qualities were the reason he was the chosen one for this. And why is it called a secret? He says, this is a great secret. Arjun, I am giving it to you because you are my devotee and my friend. Why is it a secret? It's not secret because Bhagwan Krishna wants to keep it a secret. It's a secret because nobody wants to look within. It is so hard to look inside, look at yourself in the mirror. It's so hard. You don't want to. You don't want to see your mistakes. You don't want to see what needs to be improved. It's so hard. That is why it becomes a secret. Truth is available for everyone. Truth is everyone. Available for everyone is everyone, but only few take it seriously and sincerely. So you're all lucky ones who are doing it. This is also a trap, by the way, saying you are the lucky one, you're the chosen one. This also boosts your ego. But first, I think take this step and then go to the next one. For example, two people attend the same lecture. One is completely transformed and the other one is doesn't even feel anything. Why does that happen? Because one was open enough to embrace that knowledge. This example is given by many saints to this. When a cup is completely full, what more can you put in this? Everything will fall out, correct? So that is what we become. We should always say empty cup. Empty cup can learn everything. Now, listening to all of this, Arjuna is asking and saying, he's also confused. So, Arjuna is saying, your birth is so recent. Like you were born from Devaki. Your birth is so recent. The sun existed long before. How could you have taught him? How was that possible? So, he's confused. Now, Arjuna is asking what any rational, practical man would ask. There's no doubt and there's no inquiry. And Bhagwan Krishna also welcomed these kind of intelligent questions. He never says that don't ask me these questions. He knows that truth is there, Vivek is there, one must ask questions. He never rejects. True faith doesn't mean you stop asking questions. That is blind faith. So Shri Krishna responds to Arjuna on this, like how he has given Gyan to the son when actually he was just born. So Shri Krishna says, many births have passed, Arjun, for both you and me. I remember all of them, you do not. It's not the first time I'm born, Arjun. Neither are you. You have taken many births. We both have taken many births, but I remember all of them. You don't remember. Does this mean everybody has previous life? Well, according to Bhagavad Gita, yes. Bhagwan Krishna says we all are in this karmic cycle of life and death, and moksha is something to get out of it. This is true, but moksha doesn't mean getting out. Moksha is simply realizing who you are. In identity, in reality, moksha is nothing. There's no such thing. If I create a whole process saying this process of doing XYZ activities will help you remember your name, which you will already know, you will say this is bogus. So that is what everything else is. So according to Gita, we all are continuing in this karmic cycle. So Bhagwan Krishna is saying, my body is changed, your body is changed, but we have taken many births. Although I am unborn, imperishable, and the Lord of all beings, I manifest myself through my own divine power, Maya. Although I'm unborn, I am never born, I never be destroyed. I am the Lord of everything. I manifest myself based on my own divine power. So, the huge difference is our birth and God's manifestation. Same is all of you. You are also getting birth based on your divine power. And you know what your divine power is? Desire. The desire and attachment here, that divine power, is making you come back here. Whenever righteous declines and unrighteous rises, I manifest myself. It doesn't mean that I just come simply because people make mistakes, because mistakes always exist. Little bit, everybody make mistakes. It's part of life, and also swabhav, nature of your mind and body, to get distracted, you know. So in this, Bhagwan Krishna is actually saying when righteous declines and unrighteousness rises. He never says unrighteousness does not exist. It always exists. Good, bad, truth, false, all exist. This world is based on duality. The real world this world that we see is based on duality. So it always exists. Good, bad always exist. When the good goes down and the bad goes up, then I manifest myself to balance the scale, to balance the scale again. So mistakes always exist, but I manifest when I have to balance dharma, distribution of, seriously distributing dharma between good and bad. When humanity forgets, please remember, this is what I want you all to remember now. When humanity forgets the truth, compassion, justice, and wisdom, this is what all of us have forgotten. Starts with compassion. We judge everyone, we make mistakes, we complain, we are arguing, we are hurting other person, we are cursing people. Compassion is lost. Love is lost. And for dharma, when he says righteousness and unrighteousness, he is saying, Bhagwan is saying that dharma doesn't mean the religion. Dharma means sustaining the life. Sustaining life how? With truth, compassion, justice, responsibility, love. Living in harmony. Living a balanced life. Whenever the balance is disrupted, I have to manifest myself. It doesn't mean the good always has to overpower bad, or bad doesn't exist. Bad always exists. Mistakes are always there. I manifest when the balance is broken. For example, let's take practical example like traffic light. Yeah, you're on a crossroad and the traffic light is broken. What happens? Everything becomes chaotic, right? Everybody's going left, right, everybody's taking turns, U-turn, or whatever. Cars smushed into one another. Someone needs to regulate it now. It's very practical. That's how dharma is balanced. When the inner scale, inner traffic light of humans is imbalanced, when they're not able to differentiate between good and bad, when they're not able to realize that I am making mistakes, I'm hurting other person, then dharma balance, the scale is disrupted. So God has to manifest. For the protection of the righteous, mean the good, and for the destruction of the evil, and for the re-establishment of dharma, I appear age after age. Here, very important for us to understand, what does righteous and evil mean? It doesn't mean evil people, because for God, there is no one bad. If you are an enlightened soul, there is no difference between any human being. All are same. Then what is righteous and what is evil? Righteous means the one who is on from the within, the truth, compassion, love, that is the righteous thing. And the evil is also within you. Desires, anger, hate, attachments. So when these things overpower our good things, then I have to come. So he is saying, for the protection of the righteous, for the destruction of the evil. Destroying evil does not mean destroying people. The greatest enemy is ignorance. Ignorance and reality of who you are, our own truth. Sometimes Bhagwan Krishna destroyed armies, sometimes he transformed hearts, and sometimes he simply taught. That's it. In the next verse, he's saying, whoever truly understands my divine birth and actions, after leaving the body, does not take birth again, but becomes me. So whoever truly understands why I come here, who am I? Nobody actually does. Whole life he was there. Bhagwan Krishna was there whole life, 180, 130, I don't know how many years his lifespan was. How many people actually understood him, who he is? Just saying Bhagwan, Bhagwan, Bhagwan doesn't make you, like that. Who is actually seeing who he is, the reality? Nobody saw him. There were people who disrespected him, hurt him, they wanted to kill him. So it's not that easy as it sounds. So whoever truly understands my divine birth and actions, why I do things, what I'm doing, whoever truly understands it, which in the future he will say Tattvajnani, who knows me through the element, after leaving the body does not take birth again. Because if you understand yourself or me, it's the same. It's the same. Him or you, there is no difference. Krishna is inside of you. Free from attachment, fear, and anger, absorbed in me, taking refuge in me, many have become purified through the austerity of knowledge and attained my state. What do you need to be free from? There is no word saying free from money, luxury, or attractions. What he's saying, free from attachment. And attachment is within you, in your mind. Outside, if I have something, I can be attached to it even if I have it or I don't have it. I can be attached to a Mercedes by saying I want a Mercedes for 5 years. So I am deeply attached to Mercedes. But I have a Mercedes and I can be completely detached to it. That if someone steal it or someone break it, I'm still okay. It's not a big deal. Not because I have a lot of money. Please understand. Because I'm not attached to it. So free from attachment, fear, anger, when you do that, when you become this state, you are completely absorbed in me. Means the mind is gone. Because what is this? These are all states of mind. Attachment, fear, anger, सब यहाँ है मन में. It's all in the mind. Soul is completely free. So when you are in the soul, you don't have to be into this. So many have become purified through this knowledge and many attain this state. Why do God have to come again and again to explain this? This was the beginning of the chapter. Every time from the sun till now to Arjuna, one has to live this. Just saying means nothing. You have to live it. Live this knowledge. Embody it. Experience it. You are the truth. You are everything. Jnāna Karma Sannyāsa Yoga, Bhagwan Krishna is telling, I am giving you that knowledge, Arjun, which you all are also getting now. that I gave to son. From there it started, but Guru Parampara, it used to transfer through Guru Parampara, but lost in time. Somewhere it was lost. Back then also Veds are there. Today also Ved, Puran, Shastra are there. But the knowledge gets lost, not because in the textbook, but because many just repeat, many just say, but only few actually live it. So be the one who live this knowledge. Don't hurt others. Don't say negative things about others. Don't use this dirty mind. This is the dirty mind. Purify it. The whole world, all the sadhana tapasya is to purify this mind. You think about other people. What about your life? What's happening in your life? We keep a blind eye to ourselves that I'm perfect, my family members are perfect, nothing bad happens. And to others, we think negative. We judge them. We make assumptions. That is where wrong is. Others are me, others are mine, and mine are others. This is how we have to live. Detached from the one which we call mine, whom we call mine, and embracing the ones who are others, not yours.